Welcome to JellyLoop Kids!
Ozzie, the tiny octopus, had a big dream. He wanted to fly. A cheerful baby octopus sitting in a tide pool, looking up at the blue sky with wide eyes. Every day he watched the seagulls soaring above the waves. Seagulls flying gracefully under the sun reflected in Ozzie's eyes. "I want to fly too," Ozzie said excitedly. Ozzie bouncing happily with little bubbles popping around him. But his friends laughed. "Octopuses can't fly, silly!" A crab, jellyfish and fish giggling underwater with speech bubbles. Ozzie didn't give up. He made wings from kelp and seashells. Ozzie crafting wings using green kelp and shiny shells. He climbed the tallest rock and flapped with all his might. Ozzie standing proud on a rock with his kelp wings ready. "Here I go!" he shouted and jumped. Ozzie leaping into the air with determination. Splash! Right back into the tide pool. A big splash with Ozzie's legs flailing underwater. I need a new plan," he mumbled. Ozzie looking thoughtful with floating gears and question marks above his head. Next, he tied jellyfish balloons to his arms. Ozzie holding glowing jellyfish like balloons floating a little. He started to lift until the jellyfish popped. The jellyfish suddenly popping with comic pop effects. Ozzie spun in circles and landed in sea foam. Dizzy Ozzie landing softly on bubbly white sea foam. He even tried a bubble blower machine. Ozzie blowing bubbles using a silly underwater contraption. But it only made fizzy foam all over his face. Ozzie's face covered in foam, looking confused and cute. Ozzie sighed. "Maybe they're right. Maybe I can't fly." Sad Ozzie floating alone, clouds above the water turning grey. Just then, a big wave came crashing in. A dramatic ocean wave rolling in fast toward Ozzie. It carried him into a beach bucket with a kite inside. Ozzie spinning into a colourful beach pail with a tangled kite. The wind whooshed. Ozzie grabbed the kite string. Ozzie holding on tight as the kite starts lifting into the air. Up, up, he flew above the ocean waves. Ozzie soaring high with the kite, ocean sparkling below. "Woohoo!" he cheered, tentacles flapping in the wind. Ozzie laughing with joy as seagulls fly beside him. The seagulls chirped, "Look, a flying octopus!" Seagulls clapping wings and smiling at Ozzie mid-air. He didn't fly for long, but it was enough. The kite gently floating down as Ozzie smiles peacefully. His friends were amazed. They gave him a crown made of shells. Ozzie wearing a shiny seashell crown, surrounded by cheering sea animals. "You really flew!" Visual, fish and crabs giving high fins and hugs to Ozzie. Ozzie smiled. "Never stop dreaming, even if you're a sea creature." Ozzie tying the kite next to his bed as the sun sets behind him.
See you next time on JellyLoop Kids!